Assalamualaikum everyone and good morning. So for this week we will be covering chapter 5 until chapter 7. So we'll start with chapter 5 first, which is the topic is business entities and formation. So first we will go to business entities and then to understand how to start a new venture. So what is the type of business formation, and then we also need to understand what is the strengths and weaknesses of each of business entities and formation. Alright, so this topic is important because when we want to start our own business, we have to know what is the type of registration, company registration that available for startup. Alright, so basically in this chapter, sole proprietorship for SME, okay, for micro business, for startup, you can start your business by registering your business using sole proprietorship or partnership or private limited company. As you can see here, sole proprietorship and partnership have the same business registration act. So dia ada akta dia lah. So we are governed by, we have to follow the act under this business. For private limited, if you want to register your business under private limited company, this is under Company Act 1965. Alright, so basically, although we have this at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 type of registration, but for startup you can use these three. Okay, so the basic is sole proprietorship, and then partnership, and the third is private limited company. Okay, so this is the size of the business actually. For less than 5 employees, that is micro business. If more than 5, it is under small, and if it's more than 20, for primary, because the sector divided into 3. We have a primary agro pertanian, manufacturing yang kilang-kilang tu, and services perkhidmatan. Okay, majority of the business formation in Malaysia is services, perkhidmatan. Alright, so for business, it's require slightly lower, okay, the number of employee compared to manufacturing companies. Alright, this just for your general knowledge. Alright, so okay, for sole proprietorship, sole means tunggal, right? Seorang. Jadi business ini owned by only one person. Okay, alright, this is the example of business. If you can see here, as you can see here, there's no Sendirian Berhad at the end of the name. There's no dan rakan-rakan or Siti dan Lia, for example. That is partnership. Okay, what is the advantages of sole proprietorship? Easy to manage because you are the only owner, and the decision making, it's only done by the manager, the owner, and then it's flexible. You can react quickly if there is any changes in the market. Let's say you want to change your business, or you want to enter new market. It's up to you. It's flexible and easy to form and dissolve because minimum formalities. But there's also disadvantages if you want to register your business under sole proprietorship. Okay, ni milikan tunggal lah in bahasa. Limited sources because you the only owner, so all the capital it's determined by you, and the liability of the business is unlimited. Liability here is if you apply a loan in the bank and you have a collateral, gadaikan tanah ataupun rumah dan sebagainya. If your business bankrupt, you are the only one who will pay the loan, tak dapat bayar balik loan, maybe the failure of the business. So you need to sacrifice your personal assets to pay the debt. So the future development of business is also limited because Okay, all the idea, all the capital, it's and the capable and you capability as a owner. Yeah, it depends on you. Alright, so second types of business formation is a partnership. Okay, it's the name of the business. It is owned by two or more partners. Okay, so in your business plan, because there is five of you in more than one. Okay, it's individual project. Of course, you will form your business, register your business under partnership. Okay, more than one person, but do not exceed 20. So this is the example of partnership business. Usually a lawyer firm, legal firm, architecture or audit firms. The advantages of being a partnership is still easy to set up. It's quite similar with the sole proprietorship. It's just that for this partnership, it is the owner is more than one person. The liability, it's easier to secure financial assistance because you have a partner in your company, and equity can be increased if you add another partnership. You can get the equity, the capital of the company. Okay, you also can reduce the business risk and can divide the if you in if case of in the case of losses, each partner will share the burden. Okay, and the ideas, talent and skills can be pooled for better management. And then but however, the disadvantages of partnership, the business liability are unlimited, similar to sole proprietorship, and the lifespan of partnership also is depends on the partners. If one of the partners pass away, you will need to close down the business, or bankrupt. You need to close down. However, if you need to do a letter of agreement to reduce this misconduct behavior, or for any problem in the future. So if you are intend to do a partnership, please, you need to prepare a letter of agreement. There's also maybe a personal clashes among partners. And then partnership agreement, this is actually the Business Registration Act doesn't require a partnership agreement, but you need to do it. You need to do the partnership. So this is the guideline for partnership agreement. Okay, what you should include in your partnership agreement. Okay, so the next thing is, okay, this is example of registration. Okay, the third types of business registration entities is private limited company. This is Sendirian Berhad, and this is different, totally different from the other two. Okay, the private, why it's private limited? Because it is a legal entity and its identity is separate from the identity of the owners. Okay, why? Because if it's incurred loss, okay, there's no you don't have to sacrifice your personal assets. All right, so this is the character of private limited company. Much more what we call it, secure, in terms of you don't have to close down your business if one of the partners pass away or bankrupt, because it's separate identity between the owner and the company. And if you under private limited company, you need this document, memorandum of association, articles of association, and many more. You need the register office, company sale authorization letter. Okay, what is the advantages of private limited company? All right, so funds are easy to acquire through the exchange of share ownership. Similar to partnership also, it's easier to acquire, but this one is, we call it as a share ownership. Okay, the higher the share, the higher the power that the owner get from the company. And all shareholders are legally protected by law. And actually, the owner or the shareholder is not necessarily the shareholder involved in the management of the business. The shareholder can appoint a board of directors to represent to represent in managing the company. And the liability of the company member are limited to the capital that they contribute to the company. So no issue on personal assets being affected. And also the lifespan of the business is not depend upon the age or resignation of its member. Okay, disadvantages, yeah, there's still advantages in private limited company. They are subject to more rules and regulations. And then this is private limited company, not public listed company. So the share cannot be transacted through the share market. And one more thing is the company must pay a corporate tax, yeah, and it's must to it's a must, yeah, to hire a qualified auditors, yeah, because there is a corporate tax, so the financial statement of the company need to be audited. Okay, all right. So, this is the procedure of registration. Okay, we move on to the next, which is chapter 6, business formation. All right, how are we going to start a business? We can start from scratch. We can buy an existing business. We also can take over from family business and acquire a franchise. And the last one is a cyber entrepreneurship. Okay, if you start with, from the scratch, meaning to say, we are the only one who, the most popular among startup entrepreneur. We start from the beginning, okay, in this business. So we need also to make decision on appropriate form of a business. All right. So business or trade name, this is the things that we need to consider. All right. So what is the advantage if we start from scratch, if we start from zero, yeah, like what you are doing now in your business plan? So entrepreneur have the opportunity to try and practice your own idea, because if you buy an existing business, you need to continue the business, similar to franchise and what do you call it, family business. And then you are free to choose suitable business location, and entrepreneurs are free to develop what is the image that they want to portray, what is the personality that you want in your business. Disadvantages, it took a lot of efforts, time, money, energy, okay, because you just started. And higher chances of losses. Why? Because high project implementation costs, yeah, and entrepreneurs are not able to accurately estimate sales cost and profit, because you start from scratch, you don't have the track record. Okay, it's difficult for the entrepreneur to convince the financial institutions in getting the financing. All right. Mode number 2, buying an existing business. We also can buy from the existing business. We take over the business, the whole business, or we actually can buy a share, yeah, it is existing business. All right. So the advantage of buying an existing business is the time you spend to start the business is faster, because the business is already there. Okay, and if it has good track record, it's good for you in getting the financing, and it's already have existing market and loyal customer. Okay, and establish networking. Okay, if they have established networking, existing market and loyal customer, you just continue it. All right. However, the disadvantages of buying an existing business is, if it require bigger amount, of course, it's not cheap, yeah, to buy an existing business. A lot of effort, money, and time to improve the situations if the business is not well managed by the previous owner, yeah, and entrepreneur have to respect and abide if the previous owner have already do agreement with supplier or any agencies, you have to continue. And maybe also there is a conflict between the existing employees, yeah, they are comparing, yeah, the employees, of course, they are comparing from the previous owner and the current owner. Okay, number third, okay, number 3, family business succession. Okay, If the family have business, yeah, this is the example of family business. Just continue it. And this is the level of the family business. Okay. Business inception, and then this is the level. Okay. And the lastly, of course, after some time, the business need to be take over by the next generation. So there's also a challenge of family business. Okay. The advantage of family business: freedom and flexibility in decision making. For the family culture, of course, high commitment, great monetary, because you put a lot of effort. That is your own company. Okay. And good exposure to business environment. And number 4, we also can acquire a franchise. Okay. Sorry, the advantages of family business structured in early stage limited, the early stage, family conflict, maybe the rivalry from the cousins, siblings. You always saw in the movie, right? Yeah, conflict between family in managing the business. Okay. Competition in getting the higher position in the company. It's always happen in the movie. Nepotism. Okay. Of course, favorite, although the candidate is not, the CEO candidates maybe is not capable, but that is family business, so they have to hire him or her. Tradition, practice. Okay, maybe there's a tradition, maybe you don't like tradition, but you have to continue. And difficulty in getting the right successor. Number 4, we acquire a franchise like McD, KFC, but please remember there are 2 types of franchise. Okay. We have if we want to acquire a franchise, we have to pay 3 types of fee. The franchise fee, this is one of payment. Royalty means the ongoing payment made by the franchisee to the franchisor based on the percentage of sales as agreed upon the signing of franchise contract. So for next is advertising and promotional contribution also, like McDonald and KFC. The franchisor is yang di atas lah, orang yang memberi menyewakan, franchisee. Okay, franchisee yang kecil-kecil lah. So advertising and promotional, like McDonald, KFC, the franchisee, they don't have to do promotion, the franchisor will do it. So ada 2 jenis juga. One is product or trade name franchise, and second, business format franchise. Okay, for product or trade name franchise, this is includes the trademark, dealership contract. Ini macam jual kereta lah, yang penjual kereta, Pro2 ke Toyota, they are doing product trade name franchise, similar to petrol kiosk macam Petronas dan sebagainya. Okay, so what is the advantage of franchising? To the franchisee, lower business risk and better acceptance of a product. They already know about the product, so you just open the business like that. And benefits of economies of scales. If there are too many branch, for example KFC, they need to they are enjoying the economies of scale. So to the franchisor, yang memberi pinjam hak, okay, business expansion can be done through recruitment of new franchise, and benefits of economic of scales, lower business risk. Okay, and disadvantages pula to the franchisee: limited freedom and flexibility. Okay, limited product varieties and fear of chain reaction. So it will bad reputation to the franchisor. Okay, franchisor. This is disadvantages. Franchisee conformity, the franchisee goal incompatibility, and competition. Okay, so for cyber entrepreneurship, okay, this is the current trend now, how we conduct the business. Cyber entrepreneurship, where the current trend in doing business, we can do online business, we can do dropship agent, and so on. It's no problem. Okay, it's easier. It's also a startup what we doing it online. All right, so I think that's it for this chapter 5 and 6. We will continue again chapter 7. Assalamualaikum, and thank you very much.